Flosstube, it's Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala. Welcome back. It's been a while. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch, sometimes a little bit of quilting, a little bit of life updating. So if you're returning, thank you for returning. And if you're new, thanks for finding me. I'm going to try to go through just some life changes really quickly, just because it's been so long. I think it's been like almost 3 months. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to all of the people who donated to my sister Kelly. She was a person that her house was completely washed away from the Nolichucky River back in September in Irwin, Tennessee, after dams broke and such. So really appreciate everyone who helped donate on her GoFundMe. She currently, the last few months, has been living with several different friends, still trying to navigate the world of FEMA and rebuild and everything. Right now, it's not... Anyways, she's good. I'm not going to go into all the updates. She's good. She's actually going to be coming to stay with us in the next week, and she'll be here until the end of January, because she's hoping she has a temporary place to stay of her own and not with people the beginning of February. I left my job at the end of November after 3.5 years. I've had some physical and mental stress issues going on, and that job was not helping. Things had not changed since my boss quit a year ago, and so it was time for me to move on. In the near future, I am going to have some type of surgery. We thought it was going to be in January, and so I kind of just wanted to have a little bit of time, do the surgery, recover, and then I'll figure out job from there. But it may take a little bit longer on the surgery now. It's nothing, it's just some things that are not great for me right now, but it's nothing at this point that's life-threatening or anything like that. So I'm not going to go into that, but so I currently don't have a job, which is really weird. I mean, I still have my Etsy store, which is a job, and I appreciate all the sales, but it's different not getting up and working every day. But this time of year, I had all kinds of projects on my list, and I've been marking those off, so I have still been really busy. I am now, until I have surgery, I am watching Corbin on Mondays, so my daughter can work an additional day, so I do have him on Mondays, and he has the last few weeks slept over on Sunday night. So, and he is, how old is he now? 2 years and 8 months or something. I don't know. He's great, but that age, it's a lot for sure. Update on the animals. We did, for a short week, have a puppy that we thought we were ready after our dog Buddy, after 8 years, passed away. But that week we just decided it wasn't a good thing for my health right now. But we returned him to, we got him from animal control, but while we were in the process of returning him, there was another couple that was right there. I mean, sweet as could be, and took him. So anyways, he was readopted right away. Let's just put it that way. And we do have, I've posted about them a little bit on Instagram, but we do have 2 goats now. Not exactly sure of the name. Anyways, long story short, they kept getting out from the neighbors because they don't have the proper fencing. So we ended up taking them, and they are in with the cows, and everyone gets along fine. If the cows get annoyed that the goats are in their trough, they'll just swish them a little with their head, but they get along great. Over the last few months, we've lost multiple chickens to a bobcat. I'm not sure if I had said that before. And so we can't let them just free range during the day anymore. We have to be out there with them, because we actually caught the bobcat. We saw the bobcat doing it, so we know it was a bobcat. We have put out traps. We have not caught the bobcat. to relocate it. But anyways, that's just like a brief overview. You know, when it's been several months, there's a lot. And same thing with the YouTube. I thought I can't go back and like pull all the things, and my fall stuff is already put away, the fall stuff I finished. So we're just going to go with what I have now. I don't know moving forward how much I will do. I don't do the floss tube that much as it is. I don't know. I post more on my Instagram stories, and I've toyed with the idea of maybe just putting like clips on there, like live, like little clips. I don't know, instead of like waiting and doing it all in this format, but we'll see moving forward. I don't know. We'll see. So I thought I would just start off with a few previous finishes. And this first one is, this is Dancer's Friends ornament. It's by Teresa Koga. It was a Patreon in 2023. I couldn't find my board, so we're just gonna go with my wool mat. And this is on Color and Cotton 20 count Mystic Owl. And I don't remember, I didn't write down if I changed the floss colors or not, but this was just, I don't remember where I picked up this joy, if it was like a Hobby Lobby or it could have been Michael's or one of those. And then, you know, I just put the stitch in the middle with some fabric and some pom-poms. So that is the first one. I didn't pull a lot, but I just thought I'd show you a few. The next one, this one is Jingle All the Way, and this one is by Little House Needleworks, and it's on 20 count Color and Cotton Tumbleweed. And I did change a couple of the colors in this. I did this one last year. Oh no, I just dropped the board. This is on a board. Sorry, there's thread that is caught on here and I'm trying to get it off. This was from Hobby Lobby. It's actually, I don't know what it was. It actually is supposed to go this way, the board itself, but I covered up over here the decoration so you don't necessarily see that. So I did change Campfire to Cherry Cobbler, and I changed Pine Needles to Poblano Pepper, and then Roasted Chestnut to Coconut Bean. But I stitched this last year, and I was just looking because, you know, if you've been around a while, you know, I really just do smalls. And I was just looking to see that I actually finished this in like 3 weeks. I mean, I know it's not like a ton of stitching. It's just a lot of filling on the houses. But, and there was just a big, I just noticed, I just took it off. There was a big thread on there. But I really like that. And it hangs in my front entranceway, in my hallway, in my foyer. And I really, really like that. And then the next one, sorry, paper fell, is Farmhouse Christmas by Little House Needleworks. And again, I'm showing these because they're larger pieces. And again, I normally do smalls. And I don't know what this is on. It looks like it's on 14 count because I think it's in the beginning when I was stitching. I don't know what color it is, but again, and this is on a frame from Hobby Lobby, and it's actually on there with magnets and washers. I'm not sure why I didn't permanently mount it, but I just wanted it to be like kind of up, like boxy, so you can see like the buffalo plaid behind it. But I'm sure, because this was in the beginning when I started stitching a couple years ago, so I'm sure that it was probably the called for colors. But this is probably by far the largest piece that Jody's ever finished. Because again, I do smalls. But I love it. And this also hangs in my foyer at Christmas time. I just take down another piece and this hangs in there. And so I love that also. So those were the previous finishes. Like I said, I did have some fall finishes, but those have since been put away. So I'll just go over a couple. So I have the this dole bowl, if you've seen on Instagram, that's in my kitchen table, that was empty because I didn't realize that most of the time the smalls that I made for Christmas, I was making them for ornaments for the tree. And I actually didn't put up, there's a long story on that, but I didn't put up, that's the only tree. I have 8 trees. The only tree I did not put up was the cross stitch tree this year. But it's fine. Totally fine. Anyways, so I'll just show you. I just recently did, because I was like, I need something in this dole bowl. So, so this is Hello Santa, and it's on 20 count moonstone fiber on a whim. And this is by Primrose Cottage. Oh, here, this is by Primrose Cottage. It's just a small one. And I have it in the dough bowl, and I finished it with, I have packs in my store right now that are Lady Dot creates velveteen with matching chenille. And I picked my own colors. So I used Color and Cotton Good Cheer and Color and Cotton Jolly Suit. And then Classic Colorworks Bamboo. So those are the colors. And then those are the same colors I used for this Merry Christmas. And this Merry Christmas teeny tiny pillow. Sorry for threads on there. This is actually my wool pressing mat. But then we're going with it. Teeny tiny pillow. And this is from Primrose Cottage Christmas Magic, their Subway art. And I just pulled a couple little words off there to make a small pillow. And so those are the same colors I used, except I added Color and Cotton Acrobatic for this one. And then this last finish, which was one of those things, I was using the poly pellets to fill it, and then I was like, oh, that seems really full. And then I was using cotton, it's not polyfill, but it's cotton stuffing after that, and it seemed really full, and I was going to hand stitch it, and it really needs, I really need to rip it open and restuff it because it's not poofy enough for me. Anyways, it sits in a dough ball in my front hallway, my entranceway, and this is Christmas at Winterberry Cabin by Brenda Gervais. Let me see if I can try to hold it. Oh, it's not gonna work. And this one is done on 20 count moonstone also. And this pattern's a few years old. I forget what year it is, but so I started that the end of October. I feel like it took forever, even though it doesn't seem like a lot of stitching. I don't know, I just feel like it took forever. So those are some recent finishes that I've had. And then I have lots of stitchy friends, and I wish I could have made one for everybody who's a stitchy friend, but I made them just for the stitchy friends that I'm in a Zoom group with. And it's a pattern, so I haven't done embroidery before, and I probably won't do it again. So these were little Christmas gifts that I sent out. So I was stitching a bunch of these. I'll just show you because I did make one for myself. Again, just ignore the thread on the mat. So it is Stitchin' with Samantha. She's on Instagram, and she has an Etsy store that you get these, you can get these patterns that she already has designed, and she has different ones too. Like you can do stuff on sweaters and whatever, but this is like an ornament one. And I just bought the stick and stitch, I think it is. So you print it on that printable paper. Actually, do I have one over there? No, I don't. Anyways, you print it and then you just stick it on whatever piece of fabric. So this is actually a piece of like cloth fabric. It's not, cross stitch or anything. And then you stitch over that, and then you wash it away in warm water and it goes away. And then obviously you have to iron it after that. And then she used beads on hers. I just did like French knots. And then I actually just took, this was like a regular hoop, and I took some greenery and glued it on there and tied some ribbon for the hanger, and those bows I had, I glued those on. And then the back, now I don't have it on mine and I should. I did like felt cardboard on the back where it was pushed in, and then I actually had a label on there for everybody that said it was by me in the year 2024. Anyways, I probably won't embroider again. It wasn't my favorite. I felt like it was hard, like, because you're also pushing the needle just through like fabric, not cross-stitch fabric with holes. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. And I would say it took me about 2 hours to stitch, probably about 2 hours to stitch each ornament I did. I think I did 11. And then about an hour with drying time and whatever to fully finish it. But anyways, I was glad to do it for my friends. It's just probably I won't do embroidery again. And speaking of friends, one of my friends, Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, asked us if we had wanted to do a smalls exchange, because we hadn't done one in a while with a small group, and we said sure. And so you know, we had to stitch something small, and I had heard her previously mention that she really liked Jessica. She really liked the stitching box. She really wanted to make one. So I knew in my head I was going to find something small to make a stitching box for her. And I made one other stitching box before for myself, but I never put a stitch on the top of the box. And so I will put a picture hopefully here of Holly's, which she took the pictures for me because I forgot to take them before I mailed it off. But I used October Fiber House All Is Calm for the top of her box, and then there's a little fob that goes with it that I made into a little pillow inside her box. And I put a string of fairy lights that I had left over from my daughter's wedding several years ago. They're battery operated. And I made a needle minder, which I made myself. I'll show you mine in a minute. Out of, well, here, I'll just show it. Out of like their little miniature for mini Christmas trees. But I glued and I made it a needle minder. So it's like a little ornament that you would normally put on a miniature tree. So I made her that. Anyways, it turned out super cute, you know, super cute that you don't want to give it away. So I decided to make myself a stitchy box, a Christmas one, because I normally have the one I made every day sitting next to me. And then I have one that Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, made me in my stitching room next to that chair. So this is the one I made myself. And I did not do any stitching on the top like I did on Holly's. But so I made the needle minder. This is a cute tape measure, because I feel like I always need that I just glued on a Santa. This is some floss rings. It's a cute little box. And then I have these little things in here that I use for holding fabric. And then, like I said, I just use I put this in here, backing. Obviously, I glued down fabric and some ribbon on the sides, ribbon up here. And then I don't remember where I got these cute scissors from. And I just added some vintage Lady Dot ribbon and a jingle bell. And then this postcard, I think this is a tracker from Tiger Lily, Carrie. And it's just, I have it in there too as a cute just backdrop, but also it's covering up the little, where you turn the lights on and off for the box. But, so super cute. I really like this. And I love Holly's that I made her. Hers is a little bit different. And if I want to go back later and put a stitch on the top, I can. But, I also feel like all the things that I have been stitching lately were things that, you know, I don't have to, I haven't been able to share on Instagram or anything because they were all for people. So, and I guess, should I go to WIPs or maybe I'll just, no, I'll show, instead of going to WIPs, I'll show, speaking of gifts. So in that exchange, I just received mine from Jessica, was who, Sweetwater Stitcher was who was making mine. And she saw my post also about, you know, I need things to fill my dough bowl. So she made me this cute pillow, and I measured it. It's like a 6x6 pillow with this Christmas tree on it. So it's going to go in that dough bowl with those Primrose Cottage ones. Super cute. Love the fabric choices. So, oh, I should just show the whole box. Let me just show the whole box. So I wish I could, okay, so it came in this cute box. Sorry, excuse me. And then I have all the items like just sitting in here because it's so cute. She always does such amazing stitching and way too much stuff and adorable presentation. So she also stitched me with my initial J this cute little stitching bag, which I love it. So that's gonna have to stay out with my stitchy stuff for Christmas. So I love that. Then she also gave me this Candy Cane limited edition Cottage Garden thread. I think it's something fun to use that for. And I got the Cozy Mitten Floss Drops by Lori Holt. Cute. And then she gave me several different charts from Lizzy Kate. So there's this one. And sorry, trying to do this again. Not really that prepared. Again, haven't done this in a while. This one's super cute. We're just going with it. They're all super cute Lizzy Kate charts. So I won't be stitching any of them this year, but great to have in my stash, and great smaller ones that I could either use for small dough bowl pillows to fill the rest of my dough bowl up for next year, or would make great ornaments as well. Okay, so then I will move on to, let me move this out of the way. Actually, let me get a sip of water too. Sorry. I love my cute swig mug. I think this one's from 2 years ago. Okay, so there hasn't been a lot of stitching because, like I said, I stitched, actually, including mine, I stitched 12 of those ornaments, the 2 different smalls that I stitched for Holly, plus making it, plus these 3 Christmas ones I did for myself. So that's the majority of the stitching. But I did get the Plum Street Sampler limited edition kit from, oh my gosh, why can't I think where it's from? Country Sampler, sorry. Now, I forget what it comes with, okay, so I think it came with 36 count baked clay. I do not stitch, I only stitch on 20 count Aida anymore. So, but I wanted to get the kit because I really liked it. So I am actually going to pass that on to one of my friends. And I am actually doing it on a 20 count coloring cotton fabric called Margarita. And so this is what I've mostly been stitching on when I have had time. So if I finish the rest of that house, then I will be halfway done. I don't think I'm gonna, I don't know. I go back and forth. I don't know if I'm gonna do the words at the bottom, and I don't know if I just don't like, because I feel like they seem so dark. And then also, I don't know if I'm gonna do, it's like a goose, but it's like a postage stamp up there. Sorry if you hear my stomach. I don't know why it's making noises. And I don't know if I'm going to do that either. But I love this. I love this pattern. And so I really would like to continue to keep working on this and finish it before the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible. Today is the 17th. I don't know if that's possible because I don't know how much stitching time I'm going to have, but I am really happy with, it's hard to, it's like a light green. I really am. I went back and forth. Like I really struggled because it's hard to, sometimes for me, hard to pick a totally different fabric. But I didn't like any of like the brown looking ones that looked like baked clay that were in my stash. So I was like, I really like this, and I kept going back to it. So I did work just a little bit on filling in. This is a whip from last year, and this is Morganite fabric by Fiber on a Whim 20 count. And sorry, I think this is from Jingle Ball last year. My printer was terrible. It printed this terrible. Santa the Woolmaker. And I haven't done a ton on it. I literally did like the rest of his coat and arm, like so there's still like the whole house and the, you know, I don't know. I just haven't been in the mood. If I have had time, I just also just haven't felt like stitching a lot lately. So I haven't. I actually haven't, other than like the presents I was saying. Sorry, hold on. Excuse me. I did make a quilt also for Corbin, my grandson. A ho 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 quilt. And that's on my Instagram because I don't have it here because I gifted it to him already. But I feel like I haven't done as much crafting lately other than gifts. I haven't felt like it. And sometimes you go through stages of that, right? There was no way over 2 months I was going to show you, like, I don't even remember. I used to keep it in a pile and I was tired of looking at it and I put stuff away. But I'll just show you my recent haul. I just got a couple because Color and Cotton had posted they had some in stock. Fabric in stock of 20 count. Because again, I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to find 20 count. But I got this green tea, which is a really pretty color. It's hard to tell. It's like a light gray with like a hint of green undertone. Then I got this Mockingbird, which is like a medium to dark gray. And then I just got, which I have already had, but Harvest Wheat 20 count. And there's been, I have received gifts from people. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I didn't bring gifting stuff in here. I did also do the Kitten Stitcher Advent. And there have been things in there I like. I don't know if I will do it again next year. But I know people have been doing unboxings and stuff, so I wasn't going to bring that in. I also downloaded, I've never done a blessing sampler in January. But I really like, this is from Chris the Camping Stitcher. This one. So I did purchase and download this. Still haven't decided for sure if I'm going to do it. I did pull 2 different Color and Cottons. One is House of Mirrors and one is Land of Snow because I've used it before. I probably would go with the lighter Land of Snow because I feel like it has more variegation in it. I don't know if I did it. Would I put the year on it? I don't know. I feel undecided because I've never done one before, but we'll see. Because I feel like I definitely want to do that in January. I just got to decide, like, do I want to put the year? Do I not want to put the year? Also hoping in January, I have gone through, for anybody who watches me that's an Ada stitcher, you know, I used to like exclusively stitch on 16 count and I'm not doing that anymore. Like I said, 20 count. So I have a lot of brand new 16 count fabric that I would like to destash. I have a lot of patterns that I've stitched that I want to destash. I have a lot of brand new fabric that I've had for years that I want to destash. So I just felt like right before the holidays, when everybody's shopping for everybody else, you're not necessarily shopping as much for yourself. So I thought that would be a good thing, hopefully, that I will get to in January. And I haven't decided if I'm going to first do like an Instagram destash page, or I'm going to put it on the one of the cross stitch destashes. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I will let people know. Also, I appreciate all the support for Simply Stitching Ocala, my Etsy store. I'd love it if you would check out. I have new items that I add all the time, new patterns, new different, I try to do, sometimes I do kits, sometimes I do cross stitch finishing kits where you get some fabric and some trim and stuff, you know, put together. So I'd love if you would, I make my own needle binders, so I would love if you would check out my store. And again, it's nice to be back. I'm not going to give any time frame on when I will do another one, but I just wanted to pop on because I have had several people ask me. I just wanted to pop on and just share a few things and say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and wishing you all the very best in 2025. And I hope to see you back again soon. But in the meantime, happy stitching. And I hope you get some great time with family and friends. All right, take care. Bye-bye.